Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review, we are looking at the SH Figuarts ULTRAMAN RIBUT? I don't know his name. Here's the thing, alright, when I was a kid, growing up as a kid, I would occasionally stumble upon an old Ultraman movie or TV show or something, and I absolutely loved it. Since then, and including then, I have not followed the story or anything at all. I know virtually nothing about it, but I have always had a fondness for it just from being a kid watching those old shows. Anyway, so I don't collect these really, but I've always kind of wanted to, so I put in a call to my contact at Big Bad Toy Store, and here you have it. I'm reviewing one for you guys, so thanks to them. It is available in stock at Big Bad Toy Store. There's a link in the description below if you want to get it. I'm going to review it. If it's good, it's good. If it's bad, it's bad. It doesn't matter. I can say whatever I want. That's not how these things work. I don't do that ever. Nobody's ever been able to buy a review from me, and they're not going to ever get to. But they did provide the figure, so thanks to them for that. Hopefully, it's good. Let's go ahead and get this guy off the stand and take a closer look. Alrighty, before we look at the figure, I do want to show you my package really quickly. I like the styling. I like the little slashy window. That's good. Some artwork there of the character. That's pretty good. Yeah, that's nice. It's apparently from the Destined Crossroad. ULTRAMAN, Ultra Galaxy. It's very tiny and I'm very far away from it. Ultra Galaxy Fight, the Destined Crossroad. Whatever. Okay, cool. And then you get some photos on the back. It's basically your standard SH Figuarts packaging. A little more simple probably than most, but it's nice. Alright. So the reason I picked this guy is he looked kind of similar to the old one I remembered, and there's all kinds of crazy designs of Ultraman now, but I just liked the way this one looked, and it has some cool accessories and stuff, so maybe I'll review more. If you guys like this sort of thing, I'll review more, because I do like the designs for Ultraman, even though I don't know much about the character. Alright, so this guy stands about 15 centimeters, not counting the fin. That's going to make him just about 5 7/8, give or take. Here he is up against Darwin. Definitely shorter. So it's not going to mix in with your... here he is up against Cable. He looks like a child. Here he is up against a McFarlane Batman. He's not going to mix into a 1/12 scale or 1/10 scale or basically anything other than the Figuarts scaling. He is quite small. Here's even a Sharon Carter from Marvel Legends making him look little. Alright, so he's quite little. But normal size, I would say, for Figuarts, and definitely going to match the other... I almost said Kamen Rider. I guess you could probably cross over Kamen Rider and Ultraman. I don't know. Alright, question of the day. Do you guys like Ultraman? Do you just like the story? Do you like the character design? Do you not like any of it? Let me know what you think. Because like I said, I know nothing about the story, but I do like the character design. Alright, let's start with the aesthetic on this guy. The silver paint is a nice, I would say, matte or satin finish silver all throughout. Catches the light wonderfully in person. I think you can tell on camera it does as well. That's good. The red is mostly a matte finish, I would say, and that looks nice. It's nice composition. Clean paintwork throughout, like that a whole bunch. It's very solid, not perfect, but definitely clean enough. His little chest piece does have transparent plastic in there. That's cool. Same thing with his gauntlet, his little shield thing, and then also true for his eyes. Looks good. Yeah, very pleased with this. I don't know if you guys are that familiar, but Ultraman is meant to basically look like a guy in a suit. We're not talking about comic books or anything like that, so if he has a little bit more of a Marvel Legends proportion, that's appropriate because he actually is a guy in cosplay, more or less. So that's reasonable here, and I think it looks good. I think they did a really good job bringing this guy to life. So, to life in plastic form. I'm very, very, very pleased with that. I wasn't sure I was going to like it as much as I do, but I do. So, aesthetically speaking, I'm going to give this guy... I'm going to say 8 out of 10. I wouldn't mind seeing some shading still. It still looks a little flat on the red parts especially. But the painted blue metallics are nice. Like, yeah, it's good. What's here is good, but I wouldn't mind a little bit of shading or a wash or something just to make the colors pop a little bit. Alright, for accessories, we got a whole bunch of hands. I'm not going to name them all, but you can see a good, nice variety of hands. That's nice. One hand also has his forearm blaster beam cannon thing, which is very nicely done. Love that. Love the way they did the shading around the edges. Very, very cool. Okay, we get an alternate chest piece. So instead of the blue, you get the pinkish purple. Again, I don't know anything about the character, but you get that, and you probably know what it is if you do know about the character. You get his light spear, some kind of, it's like the same looking thing as the thing that shoots out of his arm, but it's a staff or a spear or something, but that's cool. I thought that would look nice on display, so that's why I picked this guy out. And then so you also, the last things I want to talk about would be the forearm. He does have his shieldy thing on this forearm. You get an alternate forearm without the shieldy thing, so that's good, and you get that to use with the extended shieldy thing, which has some nice transparent plastic and a hand connected to it. And so that's basically why I picked this guy. I thought the shieldy thing accessory with the staff or light spear or whatever you want to call it, I thought that was a cool look. So that's why I picked him. And yeah, so his accessories are nice. Nothing super elaborate, but everything is nice and high quality. Good spread. I will go, I don't know, 9. I can't think of much else. That's a lot. Don't really need alternate faces. I guess more effect parts or something would be cool, but that's solid. Or in a flight stand, display stand. All right, let's move on to the articulation. The head. There's this piece in here in the neck that flexes with the head. Doesn't actually accomplish much but close that gap, which I guess is what they were working to achieve. And it works. He can look up. It's not great, but he can look up well enough. You can definitely look down, and because it's ball pegs, he can look side to side. Is it a ball peg up here too? It's just the hinge? Yeah, it's just the hinge. Okay, so oh no, I dropped his chest piece. So it's just the ball peg in the neck. I think the hinge that they did in order to accomplish this right here does hinder the articulation some, because you can't lean other than at the neck. But if you're gonna have it, at the neck works, so that's fine. Let me just pop this purple one in here since I dropped the blue one. These do pop out too easily if you ask me. I have almost lost them multiple times just getting the figure from the package to the review table. I don't know if that's in all the way, but that'll do. All right, so yeah, the neck is good, but the head isn't the best because of that hinge, unfortunately. I think they probably could have come up with a little bit more of a creative way, but having that ball peg in there does still accomplish a lot. Ball pegs can be great for necks especially. Alright, he does have a butterfly joint that pulls forward, and it does move up and down some too, so that's nice. You get your ball hinge for the shoulder, which normally I hate having this cap over the whole shoulder, but the way they've done it, it's not gappy. It's not super gappy or anything at all, really, so it works. You can get the arm out to the side. You're going to get your full rotation this way. The only thing that's pretty limited is the bicep swivel, but because you get decent swivel on that and the butterfly joint, you can rotate the arm pretty well. It works better than I thought. I still would much rather not have the cap over the shoulder, but it does give you a pretty seamless look, and they've done a pretty good job here of making that effective, so I don't hate it. I definitely would prefer like a traditional bicep swivel and whatnot, but this is fine. It's surprisingly well done. I'll take it. Double jointed elbow gives him decent range, not crazy good range, just good enough. There is no forearm swivel. You do have ball hinges in the wrist, that'll be fine. The diaphragm joint on this guy, let's see how this functions. Doesn't lean back super far. The fin gets in the way again in the back. Let's see about forward. Doesn't lean very far forward. Side to side is really nice. And then rotation is pretty limited. Let's try it with the bottom included. This is another ball. Leaning back, still pretty limited. Not great. And then leaning forward, still pretty limited. Not great. Leaning side to side, not any better, though it was good at the top. And still limited waist twist. So his torso kind of blows. The torso is not great. For the hips, here's something to think about, guys. He does still have the hip flap, the chaps look or shaps look that we've been seeing a lot in the Dragon Ball figures. His is way more subtle and looks way better than some of the ones we've seen in that line. So let's see how the hips function. They go pretty far forward, just better than horizontal. Going back, they did put the butt cheeks on the hard plastic. Not okay with that. Only a little bit of range going back. That's pretty limited. And then going out to the side, almost full on splits. Slightly different design than we see from the Dragon Ball figures, but that works nicely. I'll take it. Pretty good range. Don't like that he can't bring his legs back. You do get your thigh swivel down there, of course. The instructions, I thought they mentioned something, the little paper thing that comes with him, about bringing the hips down, but mine don't seem to want to go down. I mean, it like shifts a little bit, but doesn't actually feel like it's doing much, so I'm not sure what's going on there, but still decent range all the way around except for going back. So I'll take it. Double jointed knee, not the best range in the world, but they look decent at least because they're painted. So I'll take that, but I would definitely prefer more range there. And then for the ankles, it's a ball hinge. They go all the way back. That's nice. Almost no range forward. That sucks. I hate that. I hate that so much when a figure can't bring the foot forward. And he can't even bring them like flat forward. So that kind of is really, not kind of, that is really annoying. It is a ball hinge, so you get an ankle rocker out of it. So that'll work. But can't bring the foot forward? That sucks. Toe hinge is acceptable. It's not great. It's not bad. Alright, so articulation on this guy, not the best thing in the world. Now, I don't know how nimble this Ultraman is supposed to be. I'm guessing martial arts are involved at some point, to some degree, but I could be wrong. So yeah, he's going to pose okay. Not great, not terrible. I'll give him 6 or 7 only for articulation, for posability. Pretty limited, not terrible, I think is the best way to describe that. Okay, so now it's time for the final verdict. Am I happy I have this figure? Yes, I like it. Is it the best figure in my collection? Not by a mile. It looks pretty darn good. It has some cool accessories, doesn't pose very well. Yeah, it's solid. It's fine. If you're into Ultraman, pick it up. If you think it looks cool, pick it up. You'll enjoy it. If you're looking for a Spider-Man level poser, definitely not this guy. It'll be just good enough. I'm going to give him an overall rating of 7.5 out of 10. Lack of posability on such a basic style body, really, really not cool. But otherwise, he's pretty cool. I like him. So yeah, whatever I said, 7.5, I don't know. My brain doesn't work anymore. But yeah, that's what I'm going to stick with. I'm happy to have him, but he's not going to be doing anything super dynamic on my shelf. So there it is, guys. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please do give him a give him. Yeah, do it for him. Give him a thumbs up if you liked it. If you didn't, that's fine too. A thumbs down will work. And if you haven't subscribed, you might want to. I have new videos almost every single day and thousands already on the channel. So make sure you come back for all of that. And in the meantime, keep collecting.